Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is all in the charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment. You got to click the bell icon for notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday. Guys, today's going to be a quick stream. It's going to be a super quick stream. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to be heading out shortly. So we're going to make this one quick. The weather, it was raining, and now it looks like it's clearing up, thankfully. The rain, I don't know about you guys, but the rain deters me from going out, but it is not deterring me today. Welcome in, Ira. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 my homie. Got an itchy nose. Hope everybody is having a good day. I was just, somebody sent me a YouTube clip. Some comedian I haven't heard of. If you don't know what a period party is, apparently just go on YouTube and Google period party. It was a pretty funny clip, so I was just checking that out. Yes, so I hope everyone is having a good day. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on TradingView and Instagram. One word, it's Crypto Bull God. Guys, I'm going to have a fitness/health-related challenge for everyone for the month of September. And we're going to start that. Right after Labor Day weekend for those who celebrate my nose. we're gonna start that right after Labor Day on Tuesday, September 5th. Tuesday, September 5th for the entire month of September. I'm going to have a health/fitness related challenge for every single person. So make sure I'm going to announce that on Instagram. So make sure you give me a follow there, Crypto Bull God at Instagram. I'll keep that to Instagram. But guys, what I really wanted to do today, welcome in, Evan. Glad to see you, my friend. What I wanted to do today, something we haven't taken a look at in a while, is we haven't taken a look at traditional markets, okay? And we really need to understand the relative health of traditional markets because it does play in to cryptocurrencies. At the end of the day, what are we invested in? We're invested in a market. We're invested in a market that is very risk-on. And so if we are in more of a risk-on environment, that is going to lend itself, speculation, it's going to lend itself to people feeling more comfortable to put their capital to work in a market like crypto, which is absolutely the most volatile, speculative, and risky market that you can be in. And so one of the premises behind a lot of the moves that I know several other people that I have had as guests on the live stream. We had Tony, the Bitcoin Bull. We had Koosh on this prior month. We want to see the stock markets, these major indices, make new all-time highs because as that happens, as people have continually been sidelined by but money market, money fund managers who have been, speaking about this deep correction that's supposedly going to take place this year and the huge recession that is upon us. And I think people are really going to get faked out here. They've been faked out all year. People are going to be FOMOing in once the stock market is making new all-time highs. So let's kind of hit on Bitcoin for a moment. We have spent a lot of time. I've gone in nauseum about Bitcoin's price action. I don't want to spend a lot of time on Bitcoin's price action. We've been talking about Bitcoin all week on this live stream. I have a couple published videos out there on my channel. You can find them. Pretty much everything you need to know about Bitcoin, what I've shared with you, you should know it at this point. I don't really have anything new to share with you, but I want to take a look at traditional markets. So if we take a look at a lot of the price action that is coming in on Bitcoin today, again, we spoke about this yesterday. It should come to no surprise that we're seeing further downside here, right? This is an extremely bearish candle that closed out yesterday. We have a bearish engulfing candle. We're below the 200 simple moving average. And I still believe, as I had indicated, this kind of sums up my opinion on the market moving forward to what I am anticipating, okay? You can read this here. I am heavily leaning towards a pullback, right? I have the area mapped out. This is consistent with the main area of what we spoke about on this channel, between 21.5 thousand to 23.5 thousand, okay? But I do expect for there to be a sharp recovery and for the fourth quarter to be very bullish for the market in terms of recovery, okay? Because again, my main macro perspective that I've continued to share on here until otherwise proven incorrectly is that we're in a broader Elliott wave count structure and we're waiting for that fifth impulsive wave. That fifth impulsive wave isn't going to take us into 2025, in my opinion. That's not what's going to happen. So I still believe the market's going to be very shocked in terms of when we're going to create new all-time highs. But for the month of September, I'm anticipating some sharp downward volatility this month that's going to weed a lot of people out that are emotional with their investments, but not you, because you're educated, you're informed, and you tune into this channel every day. All right? Evan is back at the swing trades. All right, let's get into the indices here, okay? This is the S&P. The first thing I wanted to take a look at here was on the, getting my happy hour started early. The happy hour before the happy hour. This is the monthly. I really wanted to zoom out here so that everyone could appreciate what the chart looks like on a higher time frame, guys. Now, if you've been on this live stream all year, since I started this thing up in March, kind of hard to believe. We've been doing this, we've been doing this live stream consistently for over 5 months now. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that one. It's been hard to, it was, once I make a commitment towards something, I'm all in. All right, and I made a commitment towards coming out here every weekday, and I followed through so far for 5 months. So anyway, a level that we've been talking about on the S&P is 43.25. 43.25, right? We were talking about 43.25 all the way down here many months ago. Well, we finally burst up past 43.25, and what did I share with you guys? And this should come as no surprise. It's a basic premise in charting that we routinely talk about. Once you break an area of prior resistance, this was a huge area I spent a lot of time talking with you guys about. What very commonly happens is we like to come down and backtest 43.25, which is what we did in the month of October, or excuse me, in the month of August, okay? I indicated to you guys back in July, I felt that the market was sort of getting a little toppy and we were going to have some sort of a healthy pullback correction within the major indices. That's what we saw in the month of August. Now, I do want to see this 43.25 hold up. I don't really care if we see some volatility wick on the monthly that comes down here and comes, maybe we backtest this broader trend line here. I don't care about that. But I want to make sure in September we close above 43.25. If we got a candle body close on the monthly below 43.25, that is when I would get concerned, okay? I don't care for the volatility. Those price wicks always express volatility. But what I'm anticipating is even if the S&P goes as low as 43.25 or below, that is going to be eaten up by buyers, and we're going to shoot back up in valuation for the monthly close, right? So right now we're just seeing some healthy consolidation, but look what happened in August, okay? We opened here at basically 4,600. We went all the way down to 4,300, and buyers ate that price all the way up, back up to 4,500, right? Bullish candlestick for me, all right? Bullish candlestick for me that all of this price action that we saw down here got bought up, all right? Looking very healthy on the S&P. The other thing I would point out are price indicators, guys. Look at the MACD. I mean, look how healthy the MACD is. We literally just got a bullish cross in the month of July. We're on our third month here. Look at the histogram picking up momentum. You can see these dark green bars are increasing. They're escalating in value as the MACD continues to increase, okay? Let's take a look at the relative strength index. We're only at 59. We're nowhere near overheated. When we've had topping points in the market, you can see we were all the way up here at 78. We were up here at 77. You can kind of see where the market has topped out. And that is typical. That is very typical for a relative strength index measure. I would appreciate a thumbs up for support. That is very typical for a relative strength index measure. Actually, when you zoom in on the chart, you'll see this horizontal dotted line here at 70. Once the RSI exceeds 70, that's when we're starting to get a little toppy. It does not necessitate a move down. It does not tell us automatically prices are going down. It's just a caution flag that things are starting to get a little overheated. We're only at 59. We have plenty of room to run up in the RSI. Stochastic RSI looks perfectly fine to me. Let's take a look at that real quick. Look at the stochastic RSI. Oh, we got a cross down, but we're all the way up at 92. There's nothing concerning there. So the S&P looks very healthy to me. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Similar sort of story with the candlestick formation. In fact, you can see here, we need to make this green for support. You can actually see that we have a thinner red body, which is actually more bullish in nature on the NASDAQ. And you can see right now, we didn't touch on this in the S&P. I should probably touch on this as well. But if we take a look at how far off we are from all-time highs, you can see we are roughly, the NASDAQ is roughly 8% away. 8% away from hitting all-time highs. How far is the S&P? Probably around the same. Probably a little bit more, maybe 9%. Maybe less. Wow. The S&P is less than 7% away from making new all-time highs, guys. I like to listen to alternative viewpoints. I don't want to ever operate within a silo environment where I'm only hearing the things that are biasly towards what I believe is going on in the markets. I enjoy listening to opposing viewpoints if it's coming from a source of authenticity. Does that make sense? Now, I do talk on this channel a lot about clickbait fear porn, right? So there are certain personas in this space in crypto or in traditional markets. Looks like I'm adjusting my bra strap, huh? There are certain figureheads and certain personalities that I do intentionally avoid because of that clickbait fear porn stuff. It's not because they have opposing viewpoints to me. It's because I do not feel that they're being genuine, authentic. They're acting like I had said in the XRP video that just got released today. They're acting in good faith, right? As long as I'm listening to someone who I believe is acting in good faith and is being very authentic, very, very open and receptive to opposing viewpoints, because that is one of the ways that you can learn. One of the biggest ways that you can learn, right? It's the same thing in a relationship. When you have conflict in a relationship or you don't see eye to eye or you don't agree, it's one of the best ways to tell if you're going to make it or break it. But it's one of the best sources of growth, personal growth, self-growth within a relationship, growth for the relationship itself, right? Or it's gonna fail. But in this case, I just watched a video this morning on a YouTube channel that I respect, and I have to finish watching it. But basically, this person was saying, I don't know who this person was, they're an economist, that they saw the stock market, all these indices rolling over. For the next several years, they just saw single-digit gains, and I just don't see it. This chart could absolutely fall apart, but I'm not seeing anything on the monthly that is causing me cause for concern. Did we even look at any of the moving averages here? Yeah, we're above the 21 EMA, which is significant. Now, this monthly here, you can see we have a 1050. Let's put on, do we have the 20? Yeah, we do have the 20. Anytime you have the 10 above the 20 above the 50, that's the most bullish scenario you'd like to see on any chart, any time frame. You can see we have a cross of the 10 above the 20 yellow line, which is all above the purple 50 line. All these moving averages are going in the way that you want. We're above major areas that I have identified in the past between, it looks like 15,400 and 15,200. We're above both of these areas. We closed above those areas. Again, we saw this volatility wick, but this is bullish because we came all the way down here towards 1450 and closed all the way back up here at 15,500, okay? A lot of volatility, but a bullish close. That's the most important thing that you want to focus in on the candlesticks. Where did we open and close? Not so much the volatility with those price wicks, right? The price wicks tell a story, but it's volatility. It's the candle body closes that matter the most. And as you can see, we're opening the month above this 1550 area, okay? I believe that it is very, very possible, and I actually think it's most likely, that you're going to see the NASDAQ, you're going to see the S&P all create new all-time highs this year. I don't think it's going to be any later than by January or February of next year. I don't. Maybe we chip and chop around for the next few months, but I do not see any of these indices, including the Dow Jones, which we'll get into in a moment. I do not see them not making all-time highs before very early next year. But I lean towards this year. Ignore these vertical lines as from a prior video. Now let's get to the price indicators. What are we seeing with the NASDAQ on price indicators? Look at the MACD. Same sort of story. You can see the histogram picking up in terms of momentum with those green histograms. We have the positive cross on the MACD. Great to see. Again, relative strength index. This is in a bullish area at 62. Nowhere near oversold, overbought levels. Okay, very good to see. Look at the stochastic RSI. Okay, we see we're getting a negative cross, but we're all the way up at 95. We're not getting a cross down like this, right? That would be not good, especially on a monthly. We just have this little itty bitty cross. What I anticipate is going to happen is we're going to be in this range for several months until eventually we do have a correction. Okay. So again, I'm not seeing anything in the charts that is concerning on these indices. And this is where I diverge from many other individuals who perhaps you respect and you listen to. A lot of individuals that you may go to on YouTube, who you may go to on Twitter or whatever news outlet, they will focus on fundamentals. Guys, there are many things about the current conditions within the economy, interest rate decisions, the way banks' balance sheets are set up, consumer spending, debt levels, personal debt levels, government's debt levels. There are many fundamental things within the economy that do not leave me feeling good, okay? And that I guess you could say I'm bearish on, okay? But the difference between myself and many other economists who you will listen to is that a chart tells me everything that I need to know. I love having conversations about fundamentals. And I had a recent conversation with someone on Twitter. I'm trying to get somebody to come on the YouTube channel. And I'm having a challenge with getting this individual to come on the channel for certain reasons, and I'll keep that between myself and the person who I'm communicating with. But one of the arguments is that this channel is really trading based, which I wouldn't even consider this a trading channel. It's actually technical analyst driven channel. Okay, I wouldn't call it a trading driven channel. But I see the point there, and something I may consider doing at some point down the road here is trying to interject more fundamental discussions on the channel, because I love having those discussions. I consider myself a very well-versed and educated individual outside of charts, and I can hold my own ground on certain subject matters. I can also stand to be educated on different subject matters as well. And so perhaps if I opened up the channel to have more of a fundamental discussion, it would benefit both myself and my audience well. But the way that I primarily base my view on things and the way I primarily base my investments on things is it is driven directly on the charts. The name of the live stream is All in the Charts. So once again, for me, news follows the charts and not the other way around, which is kind of, I know, difficult for many people, most people, to get their heads around. But again, if you spoke to many people who study fundamentals, they're telling you we're going to see some massive rollover in these major indices, and I just don't see it. We're looking at the Dow Jones right now on the monthly. Again, we're well above this historic 21 exponential moving average. You can see we have had similar thing as on all these major indices. We've had somewhat of a V-shaped recovery, and now we're just consolidating. I love to see, guys. I haven't changed anything on this chart. I haven't even looked at this chart in probably the past 2 weeks, especially because of business travel that I was on last week, okay? Haven't even looked at this chart in like 2 weeks. This line is here from the last time than whenever we had a conversation about it. It's at about 34,700. You can see in August we wicked below it, but I love to see, where did we close? I mean, we literally closed like right at support, 34,720. Again, for me, the most important line, if I had to draw a line in the sand here, if you see a monthly candlestick close below, not a price wick, if it closes below the 21 exponential moving average on the monthly, that would make me feel nervous, because if you study history, you'll see that once we start having, sometimes you get a head fake like this, although confirmation is the second candlestick. So you get the close below here, you're waiting for the second stick confirmation, we closed above it, so it's a fake out. Technically, when you close below, you got to wait for that second candlestick to come in. But most of the times, once you see a monthly close below, you can see further downside here, you can see further downside here. it does spell a significant correction, right? So I would get nervous if we saw the Dow Jones close a month below roughly 33,400. Okay, that would make me feel nervous. But guys, we are, how much further above that range are we? We are above that range by only 4%. So if we had a huge downturn in the Dow Jones and closed over 4% down this entire month, then I would be nervous about further downside. But we are well above. Let's get off here. If we look at the price indicators that we always examine on this chart, or on this channel, we have a positive cross up on the MACD. We got that histogram increasing in value. We got the relative strength index, which is, I would call 55 neutral to slightly bullish. Neutral to slightly bullish, but I would more so favor the term neutral. Okay, we're nowhere near oversold levels. Again, once you start increasing past 70, that's when you're starting to get overheated. Stochastic RSI looks fine. I'm not even going to bring it up. It's 90 over 88, 89, so we're fine. Yeah, so I don't know what everyone else is examining within the charts that's making them feel bearish. I personally don't, but I don't see anything on these high time frames that is making me feel nervous. Let me get to your comments. And again, if I am correct in sort of how I'm outlaying the rest of this year, again, I, starting next week, plan to have additional capital on the sidelines. I'm going to set up my buy limit orders and whatever I'm going to buy. I'm expecting sharp downward volatility this month, and I plan to capitalize on that. I never offer financial advice on this channel. I could be dead wrong. We could just skyrocket tomorrow. We could plummet to zero tomorrow. I could be dead wrong. But the way that I see it, there's going to be massive opportunity this month. I plan to capitalize it based on my education and my views, okay? As well as I see what other people are saying out there too, so I try to keep an informed decision based on other similar and dissimilar viewpoints. But as I see it, I see some downside volatility coming in here. I'm planning to capture that downside volatility, and I expect the year to finish very bullish. So we will see if I am correct with that assertion, as I have commonly used on this channel. That word I love to say, assertion. Let's see what comments we have here. Evan, you are once again flooding the comments. What do you got here, brother? What questions do you guys have? Because I really am cutting it short today. I want to head out I need to get changed and head out the door here very shortly. So, Evan's having fun trading again, and down 100 on my ETH purchase. Sometimes we need to take the loss, but it's a lesson we learned. Yeah. Evan, you really have fun trying to scalp these trades and put in a small amount to make an amount, right? Like I said, I think at some point I might try to have fun with that. Maybe use Mexi to put in some leverage positions. But again, if I did that, and I want to caution everyone, I don't currently use any leverage. I don't do any trading with any leverage. If I did opt to do that, it would be a very small amount of money. It would be a very small amount of money. The bulk of money, well, I don't want to go on a soapbox here, but money is a vehicle to be used however you want to use it. But I work very hard for my money. I've worked very hard to get to where I have gotten in life, and I don't want to do something that would put that in jeopardy, right? So the bulk of what I do with my money is invested. I wouldn't want to day trade it. Exactly, Evan, just a few hundred. Show me the charts and I'll tell you the story, or I'll tell you the news. Exactly, Ra, exactly. It is one of my favorite expressions, my favorite statements. We're getting the play-by-play on Evan. Sounds like we're listening to a sports game here. USDT on the side and ready to buy the dips. Good man. If does not dip, I'm ready for the pump. Yeah, here's the thing. It's a win. Okay, so I didn't hit on that, Rob, but it's a very, very good point. It's a win-win for me, okay? I'm already balls to the wall in crypto. Like, I'm already invested a lot in crypto, okay? And I believe my positions are sitting very well. Like, I'm very confident with what I'm holding. I feel really good about my investments. And I believe, even if things take 6 months longer, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 months longer, whatever the case is, and even if I'm dead wrong, and the 4-year cycle maximalists are correct, regardless, I feel confident with what I hold, and I'm good. I'm invested, right? But if I can deploy extra capital at advantageous levels because of some volatility and some paper hands and manipulation in the markets, I'm all for it, guys, all right? I've been here long enough, and whenever I say I've been here long enough, I am always open to being wrong. I will be wrong before. I have been wrong before. I will be wrong again. But again, when I say I've been here for a while, there are certain moments in time where I can just smell it and sense it, that certain things are going to occur that have been similar to times past. So take it for what you will. Josh, let's fucking go. Satoshi Nakamoto created Caspa. Danzig Crypto. I don't know, my friend. There's certainly what's the guy's name? The creator for Caspa. I can't say his name off the top of my head. I forget his freaking name. There's speculation about him being Satoshi Nakamoto. I don't know that I necessarily believe he's Satoshi Nakamoto. I would be more in the camp that he, given certain things that I've read, I could see him being involved in the original Bitcoin project, and maybe he was the part of the team pseudonymous under the God, why? When you're live, sometimes it's amazing the words that you fumble up. Yonatan, yes, Yonatan. I believe that Yonatan, there's a very high likelihood, in my opinion, based on what I've read, there's a decent likelihood that he was part of that pseudonymous name, Satoshi Nakamoto, that sort of led the charge in creating Bitcoin. I don't think he's Satoshi Nakamoto. I think if I had to take a guess on who Satoshi Nakamoto is, I actually believe it was a team of people, and certain people were responsible for certain things. Who actually wrote the white paper may have actually been different than the person who actually came up and was the creator. That's my view. That there were several people, and perhaps they decentralized the creation and different aspects of that origination of Bitcoin to go along with the actual fundamentals of it being decentralized in nature, not there being one person, perhaps a team of 3 to 4. So just interesting. I was actually on a Twitter Spaces earlier today listening, participated actually at one point. Very good conversation. I shot the host a DM and thanked him for creating the Twitter space and encouraged him to do something similar when the timing made sense. I didn't catch the entire Twitter Spaces. I caught sort of the back half of it. But one of the comments that came up was, is it a pro or con that there is not anonymity in the creation of Caspa, that it is some source of strength that there is anonymity in terms of who the creator of Bitcoin is. And I would argue, what I argued was, I got on and spoke and said, what I would say is this: I think if you took a handful of intelligent people and you put them in a room, you could get them to come up with an unbiased view. If they were unbiased in nature, you could get them to come up with a list of pros and cons in terms of anonymity when it comes to the creation of a project like Bitcoin or Caspa, right? But here's what I would offer to that. Here's what I would offer. If a project is truly widespread enough, it has enough adoption, okay, it's at an adoption point, and it's really truly decentralized in nature, why would it matter if you knew who the creator was, right? Because if something is widely adopted, it's well dispersed, and it's truly decentralized, who the hell cares who the creator is, right? You can make an argument that there's a benefit towards anonymity. You could also make an argument that there's a benefit to actually knowing who created it, right? So interesting conversation. So Dansk thinks it was a team similar to myself, but Yonatan was the main brain. What will be interesting is if we ever actually find out. The only way we would find out is with some sort of evidence, true evidence of who the real creator was or the main brain. So who knows? Maybe he was. Not M786WP. How the fuck are you? It's been a long time. Where you been at, brother? The market is testing everybody's patience. Patience truly is a virtue. It is. Yes, drop. I have been trying my best all week, and I hope you've gotten this from me, guys. I have been trying all week to consistently get this messaging out there. And again, I'm always open to being wrong, but I've been consistently getting this message out there, communicating to my view, which has been very consistent in terms of what I'm echoing, my macro view, and my shorter to intermediate time frame view. Okay, I just don't want to see anyone get shaken out. That's my main concern would be anyone listening, and you're all entitled to your own view. And if you differ in your views than me, I respect that, as well as it's well formulated on education. But I would just hate to see anyone get shaken out, and then you miss the move up, and then you begin FOMOing in. That would be my main concern. But all right, guys, we're gonna call it a day. Like I said, I really needed to make this a short live stream. I don't know if I will be live on Labor Day. That is contingent. Evan's having a fun time on his play-by-play. He's up $24.40. Don't know if anyone's doing anything fun for Labor Day. I have yet to be decided if I am. So I don't know what the heck I'm doing on Labor Day yet. But, or if you celebrate Labor Day at all. Maybe you don't celebrate Labor Day. Thank you, Ra. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I really do. I said this in the XRP video. Who you see on camera is genuinely who I am in real life. This is if we met in the streets, this is who I am. If we met in the streets, I sound like I grew up in the hood. If we met in the streets, this is who I am. All right? You don't want to mess with me. You don't want to fuck around with me, all right? All right. I will let you guys go. Enjoy your weekend or extended weekend. Evan, have fun making $20. And until next time, everybody, whether it's Monday or Tuesday, let's all spread awareness and carry the education forward. Take care, everybody. Good to see everyone. Enjoy the weekend. Relax. We're going to survive. Hold my hand, like I said in my tweet. Hold my hand, and I'll lead you into the fourth quarter of this year. Relax. September's going to be a little bumpy. Chill, guys. Relax. Have a good weekend.